Hello and welcome. We are in the final 3 films and unfortunately it's gonna get worse before it can go up, but that's okay. Today we're gonna take a look at The Search for Santa Paws. The Search for Santa Paws was released in 2010. It is actually the prequel to Santa Buddies, which we're gonna watch tomorrow and talk about tomorrow. And I realized I did things backwards, but in a sense, it kind of works because this is a prequel to Santa Buddies. You're getting all the background before you jump into the actual story. But these are all part of the Air Bud franchise. I did mention it earlier in the year, we did cover Air Bud, the only good movie from this franchise before they turned it and completely slaughtered it to the ground.
This is fine.
And I don't understand how these movies were ever greenlit. They weren't released in the theaters, they were direct to video, and obviously Air Bud's the only one that was released in the theaters, and that was actually still enjoyable, but these are not. And they have nothing to do with Air Bud at this point. It's its own separate franchise, and it belongs in the fires of hell. The Search for Santa Paws, we open with one of the most terrible songs ever.
Each year, you see, you can depend on me. We'll make the perfect Christmas toy for every girl and boy. Everybody line up! Santa's coming!
Santa's so scary looking, it looks like his face is melting.
Come on. There's lots more to be done.
Okay, honestly, who did the makeup choices for this film and who said it was okay for kids to watch this and not get complete nightmares? Because that's creepy to me. How is this okay for kids? Santa decided that he needs a best buddy, so he comes up with creating a stuffed toy version of a dog and having him come to life.
Goodness.
And it's his best bud in the world as a puppy, and he is excited to go and share his Christmas spirit, so he ends up taking him down to New York City. But of course, things go wrong, and they get separated and Santa loses his memory.
No! Stop!
Santa, are you okay? No, Santa's hurt.
At the same time, we have a family that is opening up a toy shop, and they're planning on not keeping this toy shop open, but they have to run it at least once through the holiday season in order to get the inheritance because it was from his grandfather. And this writing is the most terrible writing ever. I don't know how they were able to come up with the words and how they thought it sounded good. Because the family's not Hucklebuckle anymore, they decided to change it to Huckle.
Mr. Hucklebuckle, I presume. I'm Mr. Stewart.
Actually, it's Huckle. I changed it years ago.
Because Hucklebuckle was too long. On the other side of things, we also have these orphans that are in a foster home, and it's literally a knockoff of Annie. It's the Christmas edition with Annie, except instead of Daddy Warbucks, we got Santa Claus. And we also don't have the catchiest song that's like Easy Street.
Easy Street, where the rich folks play. Yeah.
Instead, we have terrible music.
Wherever there's angels up above, wherever there's Christmas trees, there's gonna be peace and hope and love and wonderful memories. There'll be laughter, there'll be song, we'll go caroling all night long.
So all these little subplots are going around, and of course everything matches up together in the most predictable ways ever. The dog ends up finding the foster kids end up finding Santa, and not at the same time. They all go around in this little circle until everyone decides to come together towards the end. It's predictable, it's terrible writing, The songs are terrible, and the CGI is terrible. These reindeer don't even look realistic.
Whoa!
Hey kid, do you believe in Santa Claus?
You can talk?
We're from the North Pole. We can communicate with all creatures, as long as you believe in Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus had better reindeer, and those were audio animatronics, and they looked better than this. These look like they came out of Zoo Tycoon or Roller Coaster Tycoon when it was first in the 2000s. Every character is a knockoff of any other character. We have this junior Boy Scout, but he's not a Boy Scout.
As a member of the 23rd Street Junior Wilderness Adventures, I will do my level best.
He's literally a knockoff version of Russell from Up.
Good afternoon. My name is Russell, and I am a wilderness explorer in Tribe 54.
And everyone works together to get Santa back to the North Pole, as well as save Santa Paws, because Santa Paws is in danger because he lost his crystal and all this stuff that I don't care about. And it's only an hour and a half long, but it literally was torture. There's no creativity. Everything is knocked off of something else. And it's filled with so many stereotypes. I mean, come on.
Go sniff a hydrant, meddler.
Yeah, laddie. Who invited you to the party?
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Paws from the North Pole.
Yeah, man, and I'd be the tooth fairy.
And it gets worse at the end, because then when they get up to the North Pole and become honorary elves, because that happens, that just makes it worse.
We thought you laddies might need a wee bit of help getting ready for Christmas.
We want to get on Santa's naughty list, mister.
We would be proud to have you join us as official elves.
Oh, this is a bonny outfit.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
We be jamming now.
How is this okay for kids? This is really the type of movie that they don't care what they're doing, and it's just to sell to get as much money as they can without trying to make a quality product. And the sad thing is that half of this cast was pretty well-known actors. Half of them are Disney Channel stars, but we have Wendy McLendon-Covey, and she's now on the Goldberg. She's done so many comedic roles and is a really fun actress. But in here, she was just as terrible because the character was written terribly as everyone else.
Oh my, the place could use a little Christmas cheer, don't you think?
If I got more money from the state, maybe I could afford some Christmas decorations.
Oh, here you go. For Quinn's monthly care.
Richard Kind also is in this movie. Because of course he is. We've talked about him before. He was in Bug's Life. He's done a lot with Disney, but this might be his worst role. And then Mitchell Musso is Santa Paws. Not Paws, because Paws is played by Zachary Gordon, but Mitchell Musso was Santa Paws, because there's two characters for the same dog.
Santa, what happened to me?
You're no longer a pup. From now on, your name will be Santa Paws.
Now we really can be best friends for all eternity, Santa Claus.
Obviously, don't watch this film. It's a terrible film. Do not watch this film. Not even to put in the background for it. It's just terrible. So we're gonna continue onwards with this film that came out beforehand with Santa Buddies. Disney didn't do that many Christmas films, so we don't have that many choices, but we're almost done. And it's only gonna go up from here. So you can stay tuned, and as always, I hope you have a magical day, and I will see you real soon.